Improvements today at the spray booth. Started a SOP and finished it on how to replace the protection for the ram. The ram itself was broken and leaking air, which is a costly thing, so we got that replaced. Also endeavored to clean up the lines for operating the door. We accidentally sorted this out, so we bypassed it and found out that the door works perfectly, and here it is. So to further clean up the door, what we did was we drilled a 2-inch hole and got all the lines behind the spray booth and just have the door sticking out past it. It is real nice. Getting rid of the hoses allowed us to get our tools for maintaining the gun home. We also cleaned up and then determined that it doesn't work the filter gauge. We also soaked and cleaned up this line so it hangs nice on its new hook, which works really good. Then we Kanban this and made a new, built a new hose for it so that this was checked, updated the arm, put in nylon bushing so it's not rubbing on metal, and tighten it up so it holds better. Right, we'll be vacuum ready to rock and roll for the next week. And we got the filters changed, so we're ready for a great week next week. To improve the arm over here as well, we also attempted to use a spring and to get it to hold up more. The idea has merit, but the way we were going to enact it, we needed a longer bolt at the end over there, so that didn't work for now. Also are running a test of putting the broom home and cleanup home right near where we need it, and got an idea for running that trowel. We like it, so we're going to do another one, and going to build a little shelf right here for it to sit on, so it's right where when you hang up the gun, you're ready to grab your faucet holes right there, right where when you need them. Hey guys, I used to never do anything with these, and then Adam took over and he's no longer with us, but I made a link. We always send a confirmation of what we ordered, and so I attached the link in our order sheet where the order is. So if you want to see what's coming or what got ordered in case there was a mistake or extra came, because there has been some things like that, you'll be able to see where it is. Or if you're asking when it's supposed to ship, like so this one's supposed to ship tomorrow, so that gives us that. Hey E-Team, so let's imagine there's a mold here and I'm finishing spraying. When I'm done, the first thing I got to do is do something with this, so I got to bring it back to its home. So I bring it over here and I hook it up. Okay, I hook that up and then I wash that. But if I put faucet holes on it or whatever, I always end up over there. So one of the first things in our equipment for the gauge is right here. So if I put faucet holes on right away, I want to grab here, or if I want to even do the tape, I would start there and work my way backwards, dump it, and then put these on, or some version of that. But I find myself going back and forth. So playing with a little idea of the faucet hole dispenser. So what I did was I hot glued a little pipe bottom on, filled it up. It's on the ground right now, but I'm going to work on getting it up so that you can reach and grab what you need, but then it's still protected from the spray. So the idea would be that it's going to be kind of like right here. So you hang the gun up, grab your faucet holes, there you go. The previous state had the airline and spray hooked behind the computer, which took extra motion to get it unhooked. It was a multi-step process. Improvement in today's state was we used a hook on the sway bar and just strapped it on there and tried that, and the location works a lot better, but there is variation of how to get it hooked on there, and the hook itself is kind of chintzy and the hose collects a little bit of dirt. Mr. Shane, he stepped in and said, hey, I like the location, but how we try this? Installed it today, gonna test it and see how it works. Robert made it some French cleats so that we could hang things in the shop.
Good morning, guys. So yesterday it wouldn't start because it was in gear. So I'm going to put labels for forward, neutral, and reverse.
Morning guys, so I'm over by the sill area. It always bothers me when I come over here and I have to, this hose is always in my way, so you're like fighting with it. You're literally giving elbows to it to get it out of the way. So I'm going to see if I can cock this a little bit so it's not in your way. After further investigation, once I got up here, this thing is looser than a gooser. Alright, so I secured that down nicely. Now the hose isn't hanging down in front of the buffer. It's more to your right, so it's not in your way at your work spot. So hopefully this works.
John outside, thanks for the help. We got a little bit of progress made. Got the first portion of the hanger taken down. I figured out how to get these brackets off. Dealing with these little square bolts and tight spots is just a little difficult. We're figuring it out.
Yo E-team. So Anna had an idea that she hated the variation in the poker sticks and that they didn't have homes, you could never find them. So we had looked up a suggestion, and then this guy suggested to me these paintings extenders. And Anna had a fantastic idea of which we're going to have to come up with a home on it, but that they'd be kept on the lift and only have 2 of them. So if you're going to need them, you're going to need it on the lift. I thought was fantastic.
Looks like we made it just a little bit more premium at the jig for overflows. Thinks there's still a lot more room for improvement. Looking forward to seeing it on version 2.0 and 3.0. Shane put the center on the access bowl jig.
So on that note, Luke, I was thinking, I know it only works for, well, it could work for melts here. I haven't tried it yet, but I figured when you have this sill mold, there's not room for putting the separate labels. Just try and go ahead and tape them off to the side like that. I'll try and see if I can think of something different on the metal mold if we have that many. I believe we do, so I might have a chance to try it out. But that's my idea for so far.